Here we are with one tip, trick, secret, or glitch for every weapon class in Elden Ring. Let's jump in the video. Considering how strong they already are, it's insane that most of these colossal weapons can have their weapon art changed and be enhanced with passive effects. So for example, the Rotten Great Axe. It already comes with Scarlet Rot, so add on Poison, Fire Grease, Cragblade, Frost, whatever you want to make a deadly combination. The Great Turtle Shield is officially my favorite shield. If you didn't already know, it boosts your stamina recovery speed when equipped. Plus, all you need to do for the stamina buff is wear it on your back, turning you into a Teenage Mutant Ninja freaking turtle, baby. It's like From Software did this intentionally so you would wear it on your back and just look like a turtle. Have you had issues with these invisible dudes? Annoying as fuck, right? Well, say no more, bruv, I got you. Sentry Torch is unique because it illuminates these fuckers and allows you to see the cloaked assassins. And you don't even need to wield it. Simply having it in your offhand will do the trick. Using Lion's Great Bow with Radon's Spears, it gives a 20% damage boost. But if you're holding two Lion Great Bows, you'll get the boost twice and double the damage increase. The Wakizashi is by far the most badass dagger. It has so much samurai energy within it that when you wield it in your left hand with a katana in your right, it will still dual wield together fluently. Have you ever had issues with the flying vermin around the lands between? Annoying as fuck, right? I got you. Use the meteoric blade to bring these happy flappers down. Clapping them birdie cheeks, bro. You can also use the Alabaster Lord's Pull, which apparently has an even greater area of effect than the normal Gravitas skill. The Venomous Fang is very underrated. It looks cool, solid damage, and innately deals deadly poison. But you can stack blood loss buildup on top of that. Being that you can attack so quickly with this weapon, you deal in deadly poison and bleed so fast it's insane. It's very effective against the larger, yet slower enemies, even bosses. Plus, you can flip people off with it. The tip for the fist weapons is to go around fisting everything in sight. So, the Cypher Pada. It has 0 weight, yes, it weighs nothing. It has an A scaling for faith, and its unique skill unblockable blade can stab right through shields. So if you're using a faith build, this is perfect to have tucked on the side so you can switch to it whenever you need. Plus, you can flip people off with it. The Magma blade is the greatest weapon in the game and you need to use it. They completely clap the cheeks off of almost every boss. Recently, the Death Poker has been buffed. So, with Health and Steeple in your offhand, you do the ting to get the cool flame stuff, then use Death Poker in your main hand for the ultimate Ghost Flame combination. It's actually quite effective at inflicting frost against bosses, so it's worth using on specific builds. When using the Family Heads Flail, you can actually target multiple enemies with the skill if you look around while firing. But when you do wield this weapon, you must say a prayer every time, because these are the actual heads of the dude's family. Look, that's little Johnny, there's Patricia, and that's his wife, Karen. She's the reason he freaking did this shit. You will still gain the passive effects from a Sacred Seal as long as you're holding it in your hand. So, even if I use my other Godslayer seal, I still gain the boost to frenzy incantations from the Frenzied Flame seal that I got in my other hand. The same tip goes for the staffs as well. You can dual wield staffs and you will gain the passive effects from both of them, no matter which staff you actually cast a spell from. The Great Stars is a unique weapon in that it restores HP for every attack that you land. What it doesn't specify though, is that this works even with some weapon arts. So, Golden Land, with every star that hits, you will get back some HP. Another trick to make the strategy even more effective is to take advantage of a recent glitch that allows passive effects to follow through on some weapon arts. So, if I throw on Black Flame, use Golden Land, the stars will actually inflict Black Flame, plus restoring my health. Yep, very cool. Have you been grieving the death of the Crouch Poke? Well, don't you worry, bruv, I got you. The Great Serpent Hunter Spear seems to be the only weapon not affected by the Crouch Poke nerf. It still works just as swiftly as before, and fortunately this weapon also had an increased power and poise damage buff in recent patch 1.07. Twin blades make for some of the most powerful melee builds. Talismans make a big difference here. First of all, Rotten Wing Sword and Millicent's Prosthesis do stack on top of each other. Use Claw Talisman because the jump attacks are insane, and because Twin Blades are typically used in a bleed build, I don't recommend the actual Twin Blade Talisman, which raises the final attack by 20%. Instead, I'd say use the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, which raises all of your attacks by 20% after inflicting bleed, which will be pretty quick. The almighty Game of Thrones sword, the Grafted Blade, is actually super useful. Its unique skill, Oath of Vengeance, increases all of your attributes by 5 levels for an entire minute. Yes, this skill was extended in the recent patch to a full 60 seconds. What's so special is that you can perform this and totally remove the sword from your inventory and still retain all the buffs. So this is perfect for all you psychos out there trying to stack as many buffs as possible. One of my favorite weapon choices in Elden Ring, and one of my favorites in bed also. When fully upgraded, the Keen Kurimi rocks a S tier scaling for dexterity. So if you are a dex main, dual wielding these will lead to a very high physical damage. In my personal experience, I've come to find grave scythes to be exceptional at inflicting passive effects. They already have blood loss, so infuse them with poison or frost buildup to stack on the mayhem. Look, boom, got frost already, and boom, blood loss. Plus, they have very strong jump attacks. If you're looking for a savage, holy melee build, use the Golden Epitaph in your left hand, and then the Ornamental Straight Sword in your main hand. So you use the Last Rite unique skill for Sacred Order buff, then you switch over and two-hand the Ornamental Straight Swords, and use that weapon skill. This will give you one of the strongest holy / dexterity builds that you can use. If you want to use a bow in PvP, use the Barrage Ash of War. Using Serpent Bow with the Barrage skill, inflicting poison, is a great build. When you want to be the Giga Chad, use the +25 club. When you want to show your girl a nice time, wield double Vars Bouquet. When you want to be a troll, use the Ringed Finger. These are perfect for dexterity status buildup. Ragier's Rapier has a fast double hit heavy attack that is great for status effects. Also, the Anspur Rapier can be infused with multiple passive effects. Plus, it strikes very fast, inflicting the buildup quickly. Scarlet Rot plus poison plus blood loss equals fuck you, you're dead bitch. These are probably some of the best weapon choices for horseback combat. They have a high attack power, but they swing pretty quickly while riding on a horse. Look, this one is literally called the Dismounter. Ripple Crescent Halberd is probably one of the most useless weapons in the game. Or is it though? It has an S tier arcane scaling. And the thing is, all this passive effect type grease actually scales with your arcane level. So if you add Scarlet Rot Grease, or Sleep Grease, the Ripple Crescent Halberd will inflict it insanely quickly because of its S tier arcane scaling.